Welcome to Rethink Fabulous. I'm Natalie Shelton, and we are going to be doing a Valentine series the next few videos. So these are old videos that I posted over the last couple of years. They're kind of funny to look back on, but I hope you enjoy the DIYs. Also, if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow, and I hope that you enjoy this and the future Valentine DIYs. Hello, welcome to Rethink Fabulous tonight. So glad to have you. I think this is going to be a fun DIY, and I hope that you like it. Earlier today, I posted a picture of some candy canes, and I asked you to help rethink them with me. So a lot of you came up with some really great ideas, and we'll wait for just a second for some more people to hop on, and then we'll kind of go over some of those ideas. So, hey Kim, nice to see you, and Candace, and Susan, hey Charlene, and Teresa, Brenda, hi Brenda, and Etta, hi my friend, and Holly, welcome, and Nancy, so glad to have you guys. Okay, so let me find these little candy canes. So these are the candy canes that I posted this morning for you to help me rethink or to come up with your idea. I actually don't want you to help me rethink. I want you to start rethinking items and kind of train your mind. Whenever we're doing anything, the more we do it, the more we practice, the better we get at it. So that's kind of what I really want to teach you guys, is to get out of your comfort zone, look at things differently than what they were intended for, or just to change them up a little bit for home decor. All right, so I used these for a sled this winter, if you remember, for Christmas, and I painted them so that they look like a metal blade. And anyway, they were just really cute. So, all right, looks like we've got some more people hopping on. Good. Hey, Penny and Kylie. Hey, Kylie. Oh, our granddaughter Kylie's on. Okay, so guys, first, before we get started with this, I just want to wish you all a very happy New Year's Eve. Some of you, wherever you're watching across the country or in other countries, it may be New Year's already, so Happy New Year. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me throughout this year. It has been really fun. It has been a learning experience. I started this a couple weeks before Christmas last year doing lives. I had my Rethink Fabulous page where I would just post pictures. That was before lives came out. And anyway, I've been doing it for a year now. And you guys have stuck with me through all of the the camera falling, my tripod, not having a tripod, and having to just set my camera or my phone up, and my phone not working, the sound not working, me being sick. Anyway, you guys have stuck through everything with me, and it has really been fun getting to know so many of you, something that I never would have been able to do if I wouldn't have started doing these lives. And I actually started doing these lives just kind of to get myself out of a hard time I was going through, and I was really dealing with some anxiety, and I thought, what a better way to really nip that anxiety in the butt is to just do something that would make me anxious, which was get on a camera live and create stuff with you. And it has been the best therapy ever for me, and you guys are all a part of that. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I look forward to a new year. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still learning how to do all this digital stuff. And so thank you for sticking with me. I do appreciate it. Okay, guys, so we're going to get back to these. So we are going to be using these, and a lot of you gave ideas. Just like, and most of you said a heart. So yes, we are going to be making a heart with this. Now, last year I did some hearts, and this is the little version. I went out to the garage to find the big version of it, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if my husband did something with it. and he thought I wouldn't notice, but he's crazy if he did. But anyway, so these are the small candy canes, and they are just like these, but they're little ones, okay? They're like life-size candy canes. But this is one that I did last year, and if you can see, I don't know, it has lace behind it. I just wrapped it with the twine, and then I decorated the side here with, this is actually coffee filters, brown coffee filters, white coffee filters. I put some moss on there and some little doilies. And the reason I kind of added the moss and stuff to it is because I thought this would be cute for not only Valentine's, but for spring, and something that you could use all year round. It has a little hanger here on it. This would be great on a Valentine's tree. This also would be super cute in a wreath, or just sitting up on a shelf up there, you know, on a shelf or something. So anyway, did a big version of this last year. And I had these candy canes and I wanted to use them up. So we're going to do a different heart this year. Okay. All right. The first thing that you're going to want to do is decide how you want to change up your candy cane. Now, if you just had, I had some that were just the red and white, and that might be really cute since it's for Valentine's. This one has the green in it. So to me, that just kind of still screams Christmas, but you could leave them red and white if you wanted. You can wrap them with fabric or ribbon all the way around and cover them. A lot of you had mentioned that. And that's a great idea. You can paint them, whatever you want. I decided I was going to actually use some pages out of my book. I like the writing from the pages from books. So is what I did is I just kind of went in and cut off the top and bottom portion where there was no words. And then I just cut some strips. Okay, so I just cut strips like this. And then I took a little container and I added some glue, just white Elmer's glue, and a little bit of water. And I went ahead and just kind of dipped this into my glue. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to get all sticky. And then I just took my fingers and kind of went down it. Now you want it sticky, not drippy. Remember that, okay? So you want it to be sticky. So that's why you want to run your finger down it, but you don't want the glue dripping off of it. And then is what you're going to do is you're just going to start, and it'll be sticky. So you're just going to wrap it around your heart, or around your candy cane. Oops, there we go. So you're just going to wrap it like this. Okay, you're going to wrap it nice and tight. And you're going to do that all the way around your candy cane until you have it wrapped like this. And then you're going to take your next strip and go right over it and just keep wrapping. Then I took my hair dryer, turned it on high heat, and I blow dried it so that it would be nice and dry. As I was blow drying it, I got it pretty dry, and then I took my fingers and I just kind of twisted it as I was drying with the hair dryer, okay? And I'm pushing that paper because the top part might be kind of dry, but underneath it's still moist and wet from the glue. And so you just kind of want to push that paper that's wet underneath into the grooves of your candy cane. Okay, so I just kind of did that and kind of went up it like this with my fingers and twisting it, using my hair dryer, and dried it the best I could on the outside. And then I went ahead and just put it to the side and let it dry overnight because I wanted the inside to be nice and dry. So now it's on there really nice, and there's no lumps and bumps from the paper. It's just really pushed down into the grooves. Okay, now someone had messaged me and said that they could not find the candy canes. You can use any candy cane that you want. They don't have to be these. I mean, I've seen some chunkier ones that you can put like in the ground and they light up. You can use those. You can actually take some foam board and draw some candy cane shapes out, and or a heart shape, whatever you want to do. And then so it would be about this thick, and then you could just cover that with kind of Mod Podge paper or scrapbooking paper or pages from your book or material, whatever you want to cover that foam board with. So this is not something that you absolutely have to have these candy canes for, okay? All right, so once I did that, I did take a big piece of my black foam board and I laid my candy canes on my foam board in a heart shape, but I didn't put them together at the top. Now you absolutely can put it together at the top if that's the way you want to do it. I'm just going to show you what I did. So, but you can do this any way that you want. So I opened mine up like this. And the reason is, and I'll show you my cutout, is because I wanted some foam board in between the two humps so I can glue some stuff on it. So this is actually how it came out. So as you can see, I laid my foam board down and I traced the outside of my candy cane with a pin and then cut it out. And then I just did this little arch in between the two candy canes so that I have this. So kind of looks like a mouse maybe with some ears, okay? Now, we'll get back to that in just a minute. The next thing that I did was I found these, a couple of different things that you can do. So when I think of Valentine's Day, you know, I think of all sorts of things, but I think of like angel wings and I think of like kissing birds, like lovebirds, that kind of thing. Well, I'm going to be doing a DIY on some angel wings later next week. And so I decided not to use the angel wings for this, but I'm going to show you that you can use them. I decided to use some birds, but I thought it would be really cute to do a heart. There we go. Do a heart here and then add some little wings here in the center. Okay, I thought that would be really cute. So see, that's why I left that little piece here, is so if you want to put something in between the humps of the heart, you can. So you could glue that in there and make a super cute with these angel wings. I think would be adorable. But I decided I'm going to be using some lovebirds. So there's lots of pieces to this. So I'm gonna kind of try to move quickly. Okay, so I found these birds. They're super glittery. Glitter drives me bananas. I think it's beautiful, but it drives me bananas. I hate it. I call it Satan's dandruff. It drives me nuts. It gets in places and you see it for years. So, but the thing about glitter is I love to paint over glitter because it gives it a really neat texture. So this kind of screamed Christmas to me. So I'm actually going to pull these little berries and stuff out and this little pine cone. And then I'm just going to clip this off. Now, they do have glitter birds at the Dollar Tree, and they also have regular birds that don't have glitter on them. So you can choose whatever you want. Again, I like the texture of painting glitter, so I'm going to use this glitter bird. And they have red birds, they have white birds, they have, you know, green, blue, all sorts of colors. So you can use whatever color you want. The thing about painting glitter is that when you're done painting it, it actually looks like it's stone or metal. So depending on, you know, what color you use. So I'm actually going to paint this bird white. So I'm just going to get some of my, you can use the Waverly White, or this is the Apple Barrel Flat Matte White. And I've just been using that lately to save on my other paint. So, and it works just as good. So you're just going to get a brush and you're just going to start painting right over the top of the glitter. Okay. And I'm going to leave his little eyes and his little beak black. But I'm just going to get in all the grooves. And is what happens is this kind of seals that glitter so that it doesn't shed all over the place, and it gives it a really awesome texture. So I'm going to paint every little part of this bird. Now, even if you're not using a glitter bird and you find one that is a different material, you can still paint over it, okay? Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me paint this whole entire bird, but I am going to dry this real quick, and I'm just going to kind of show you how what else I did to this bird, and then I'll paint the rest of it later. Okay, so I'm just going to dry it. And you can do one or two coats of paint on your bird. I typically just do kind of one thick coat. But if you still see some of the glitter peeking through, you can always go over it, whatever you want to do. So. All right. So I'm just going to show you with the part that I painted what else I did with it. Okay, so now we're going to use, of course, the Waverly Antiquing Wax. And I'm just going to take a little brush. You can use any brush you want. This one was just laying here, so I'm just going to use it. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of go around the edges of, doesn't look like my paint is all that dry. I'm just going to kind of go around some of the edges of the bird, kind of around his eyes a little bit, by his wings, just kind of darken some of the grooves a little bit, kind of brush over the body a little bit to kind of give it this look. See how that's starting to change the appearance of this bird, and it just kind of ages it and gives it a cool look. Okay. So here is the bird all painted. Okay, so this bird has these kind of little wings on it, which are just fine. But I wanted to, since I used the paper from the book on my candy cane, I wanted to incorporate that onto my bird as well, or somewhere else on it. So I actually went ahead and just took some of my paper from my book, just tore out a page, and then I cut out kind of a shape like this. And let's see here. Then I use that same wax and just got a little bit on my brush, and then I started going around those edges. Oops. Getting those edges a little darker, and then just taking that and really, blending that into the paper. So it's darker on the edges, and then it slowly fades into a lighter in the center. And then to finish the edges off so they would show a lot, I just went ahead and used a Sharpie, and I went around my edges of my wing here. And then I took one of my sponges and I just kind of wet it down a little bit. And then I just kind of took this and kind of barely wet and just started blending that a little bit. Once I did that, I hit it with my hair dryer a little bit, and then I wrinkled it up, okay? And then I carefully unwrinkled it. Oops. All right. And that just gives it kind of an old look. And then you can go back over it with your wax if you want, just a little bit, and it kind of catches all those places where you wrinkled it up and kind of gives it a cool little effect. Okay, so then I went in and just brought my little wings together here and just kind of glued them together to a point, and then added my paper wings right on top. That way I can adjust them. Okay, so as you can see, that's what I did. See how I just glued those paper wings right on top of there. And you can see how I just kind of aged this bird up a little bit. Just gonna all right, so there's my bird. So I'm gonna want two birds kissing in the center, two little lovebirds is what I want. All right, let me move all of this little mess that I just made, and we will go to the next step. Okay. All right. All of that cleaned up. Ooh, glitter everywhere. All right. Yes, I have to get that glitter up. Okay. Now, back to the heart. Try this up. All right. I went ahead and wanted to make a little ruffle around my heart before I put my candy canes on. So what I did was I took some of my drop cloth, and you can use any fabric that you want. But I went ahead and just tore my drop cloth, and this is about 1.5 inches thick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to take some glue and go right along this edge here. And basically I'm going to lay the middle of the fabric on that glue. Just the middle of it. Okay. So I just ran the glue right down, and then the middle of the fabric is right there. And that way when I fold it over, it's nice and glued down. Okay, so I went ahead and already did most of it. I just wanted to show you how I did that, but without taking all night long. So, okay. So you're going to do that all the way around your heart on your foam board. All right. I'll fix that in a minute. Then is what I did was I folded it so it's laid out flat like this, and then I just folded those two ends together, and I went in and clipped little slats into my fabric. So see how the fabric's just plain right here, and then see how this is just cut. Okay, so I'm going to pinch those two pieces together, and then I'm just going to cut. So I'm just going to cut little slits all the way around in those two pieces. When you fold it up from being flat, it makes two pieces, and you're just going to go in and you're going to cut. And you can do this as far apart as you want or as close together as you want. Totally up to you. Let's see here. So I left kind of a long piece here at the end, and then I just cut it, and then I'm just going to glue that right around the tip there. That way I have that little piece at the bottom. Okay. All right. Now you've got all of your little slats cut here. Now I want it to be more fuzzy and give it a cooler effect. So that is where you're going to come in and make a big mess. You can rub your hands down it like this, up and down, and it gets all those little pieces. I don't know if you can see those little pieces that are flying off, but it's all those little strings. Or you can actually take one of your sanding blocks, and yes, you can sand fabric. And I'm just going to do that and see how all those little strings are just coming right off. I actually prefer to use a sanding block on it because it really roughs it up and gives it a nice little fringe. Okay. So, all right, now that I've got all those little strings off, so you can leave it just like this if you want. I wanted a little different ruffle as well, so I went ahead and I did another ruffle on the back, and I made this ruffle a little bit differently, and I took a wider strip of fabric, a little bit wider. I'll just show you real quick how I did that. And I just did some glue right, let's see if you can see, okay, just right here on the edge, and put my fabric down, and then I bent it backwards. Okay, so I'm taking my fabric and I'm bringing it backwards. I glued it down forward, and I'm going to put a little dot of glue there. And then I'm going to bring that fabric back and make a little pleat and push that down. Okay. Then I'm going to lift this up. So brought it back, and then I'm going to pull this back a little bit and add some glue. And glue it for a little bit forward, and then we're going to go back again. Add a dot of glue and put a little pleat, push down, and repeat that, and just go forward and back. And my little pleat. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around. I'm just going to cut this off and I'll finish that later. But that's going to give you a bigger and a different, so there's this pleated one and then there's this fuzzy one. And this fuzzy one will all be over to the side once we glue our candy canes down. Okay, now it's time to glue our candy canes. Now, there's a couple options right on this part here. You can cover this board if you want with like scrapbook paper before you put your fringe on, some book paper, whatever you want, and then do like a vinyl lettering. I think it would be really cute to do the same technique as the birds, take some pages from a book, cover this, and then just take some stain and kind of go over it, then add your fringe. I think that would be really cute. This one I'm actually going, for right now, I'm actually going to just use as a chalkboard. So I'm gonna just keep it black. Okay, here's where your candy canes come in. Now, if you don't have candy canes, you can see you can absolutely just do this with the fringe. You don't even have to have candy canes, but I wanted to use these candy canes up and I thought it would be a fun idea. So I'm just going to hot glue these candy canes right inside that fringe. Okay, so I'm going to start just right here. Make sure you can see right next to the fringe. I want it nice and tight. Oops. Around the fringe. Oh my goodness, my glue rope is all right. So where this is kind of plastic, you're able to kind of manipulate that candy cane a little bit. So I'm just going to hold that in place until it is nice and dry. So that the candy cane does not move. Move that fringe over to the side and then continue with your hot glue. Hey, Beverly, nice to see you. And Deanna, and Chris. All right. It looks like that is starting to stick well. So now we're just going to continue adding our glue along the edge here. Making sure to get all that fringe over to the one side so it's not peeking out in the middle of your heart. And if the glue kind of starts to ooze out on this one side where it meets the fringe, that's okay, because you can just push that fringe up against that glue. It'll hide the glue and also it'll help that fringe to stand up a little bit. Okay. All right. So we've got that little candy cane glued in there, and then you can just kind of fluff that fringe. All right. Once you get it all together, you can really fluff that fringe and cover up any of the black that shows. Okay, let's start here. Put all of that over to the side. And start gluing. Okay. When you do this top little hump of the heart, that's why you don't want to glue the whole way down. That way you can kind of manipulate this little arch, because see, you can move this candy cane a little bit. And so you need that to be able to move so that you can kind of manipulate it. Okay, make sure that is glued down nice and tight, and then we're going to start adding the glue all the way down. Again, the candy canes are not a huge must for this, but it is a way to use up some of those candy canes if you have them. And if you do something with the fabric behind it, you do need the candy canes to give you that shape, or to cut it out of foam board. All right. So I like how these ends cross at the bottom. I think that is really cute. So I'm going to leave that like that, and then add a dot of glue here where they meet. There we go. Hold that nice and tight. Okay. Now again, I will go back in and add my second ruffle to the other side. So if it looks kind of lopsided, this has a bigger ruffle and this doesn't, I will go back in later. That way you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. Okay. Again, the fun part, this is the part that I love to decorate. So I thought that it would be nice as I'm decorating this. Yes, it's for Valentine's Day, but I also think that you can use these neutral colors year-round if you want. I had said it on my post about the little heart magnets. Why not keep a little love in your home year-round, right? So you can write with this being a chalkboard. By the way, you can use black poster board as a chalkboard. It works great. You can erase it, you can reuse it, whatever. So I figured with these neutral colors, and the birds would really be cute for spring. So for my lovebirds to set at the top of my heart, I'm actually going to make them a cute little nest to sit in. So I found some of my scraps. Here is a piece of that fuzzy mop stuff from the Dollar Tree, and I had a piece of it left, so I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use some moss for my little nest. You can pretty much use whatever you want. So I'm just going to make a little nest here for my birds. And glue that down. And I didn't even have to cut this piece to fit. It actually fit perfectly there. And I'm just going to take some of my moss and glue it down. And in the spring, you could actually add some little eggs in there if you wanted with your birds. For Valentine's, they can be lovebirds. For spring, they can be just little spring birds in a nest. And you can write a cute little spring message on this heart. So I like to try to make things that are awesome for holidays, but also you can use year-round. if you would like. Okay, so here we go. I've made this little nest looking thing here. Okay, and I'm going to, so after I get my bird painted, I'm going to have my two birds facing like this, okay? Two little lovebirds sitting in the top of my heart like this. So I'm actually going to glue the one on because it is all painted and done. And then I'm just going to see where I'm going to want my other one so that their little beaks touch. Okay, that'll be really cute. And then you can just embellish this any way you want. I think I will use, let's see. Now see how cute this would be if you use the angel wings here as well. See how cute that would be if you had some angel wings? Okay, so I'm going to use some lace, of course. I've got this cute ribbon that I got buy one, get 3 free at Joann's. It's super cute. Looks like it got some ink on it. I'm going to use some of my drop cloth strips that I've ripped. I'm going to use some white lace. I'm going to use some cream colored lace. Some striped ribbon. Excuse me. Yeah, just all these are just little scraps. So you can just take it like this and tie a bow around it and pretty much, oops, I need to finish gluing that bird on. You can pretty much just decorate this any old way you want. You can add some flowers to the side. You can add some little hearts down the side. Get that bird glued on. You can make a big bow. Let's see what a big bow would look like. Okay, so I've had people asking me again how to do bows. This is how I do them. So I just take it, I bring it to the middle. If you want a little hoop in the middle, you can make a small one, but for this one I don't. So I'm just gonna make a little loop, pinch it together, and then I'm going to hold it and twist. Okay, so I'm just gonna twist it one time, and I'm gonna make another loop, and these are my smaller loops and twist. And then my next row of loop is going to be just a tiny bit longer than the first loop. I'm going to bring it to the center right here, my fingers, pinch it and twist, hold it with my finger, make this one, hold it with my finger, twist, make this one just a little bit bigger, twist, make this one just a little bit bigger and twist. And then I'm going to leave one long tail. I'm going to bring it up like this and hold it all together like this. And then I'm going to take some wire around and twist my wire. Then I'm going to cut this. And you have a bow. Now this is just one way to do a bow. There's 1,000 different ways to do a bow. So you can take this. You could add a bow here in the middle if you want. You could add a bow to the side, which I would probably do the side, and then have lace and stuff coming down. Some little pearls in the middle of your bow would be super cute. So really, this is your time to just do something really, really cute, to decorate it really cute. And then you just take your chalk and let's put, lovebirds. 2021. Okay, so you can write whatever you want on your little chalkboard. Now guys, when I erase my chalkboard, I just take pretty much like a dry cloth, paper towel or something, and I just wipe it off, just like you would a regular chalkboard. Now, if you need to, you can get it like maybe a little wet wipe or something that's not really wet, just kind of damp a little bit, and just lightly go over it, because you don't want to get your foam board super wet. Okay, there you go. Okay, and it comes off, and then you can write whatever else you want. How about Lover's Lane? Okay, so you can write, I know it's backwards for you guys, sorry. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this up and finish it. I hope that you like this. One other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, a lot of you have said that you could not find these little red hearts at your Dollar Tree. They were gone. And I actually went back to get some more, and they were gone at my Dollar Tree too. So I did find another option. So they have these little boxes at the Dollar Tree. They have this size and they have a bigger size. They open up, they're cute little tins. It gives you that same sort of look. It's dimensional, it's puffy. You can paint it exactly the same way. You can take it apart. You can use just the front, it's flat, just the back, and use it on a flat surface to make a sign. You can put the little wood Jenga pieces behind it, add a magnet, whatever you want to do. Exactly the same way we did these, you can do these little heart tins as well. And they come in different sizes. So that's an option for you. If you can't find these, don't worry, because you can use something else. Okay, guys, I want you all to have a very safe and happy new year. Thank you so much for a wonderful year with me. When I started this, I really was just like, I remember being so excited when I got to 100 followers. Like, that just made my day. I was so excited. And so to be able to have over 17,000 followers in this year, it just makes me so, so happy that there's that many people out there that are loving my DIYs and my ideas. And I love when you share your ideas with me as well. Remember, there is a ReThink Fabulous Crafters group page. It's separate from this page, and that's where you can share your DIYs, your ideas. It can be woodworking, crocheting, painting, anything that you create, you can share on that page. If for some reason you cannot share on the page, send me a private message with your picture and any details you want, and I will post it on the page for you. It's a fun place where you can share your creative ideas with others, and then other people can ask you questions, and you can just share with each other. So anyway, thank you so, so much. I'm excited for what the new year is going to bring, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you for sharing, for putting up with all the bumps and blunders and everything that happens here on ReThink Fabulous. You know, I'm human, and it's just fun. It's fun to just hang out with you guys, and I hope that this new year with YouTube and this kind of stuff, I will be able to actually spend more one-on-one time talking with you guys, answering questions, and doing more one-on-one instead of just going back and answering questions in the comments. So have a wonderful night. God bless everyone, and I will see you all. Let's see. Let's go for Monday. Give everybody a little bit of time to chill after New Year's, and I will see you guys Monday. Have a great day. Bye.